Hi everyone. In today's video, we'll go a bit more deeper into how to use formulae, especially conditional formulas. Because in the last video, we just showed you an overview, right? But this time, we want to give you some real life use cases so that you can actually utilize these formulas. As always, do note that I'll not try to cover too many formulas at a go. I just want you to be absolutely clear with certain formulae. All right. And after that, we'll use also formulae to format our data, conditional formatting. We previously did it without formulas. This time, we'll make it slightly complex and pick up some interesting use cases. Okay, let's get started. So the data set is similar as what you'd seen previously. It's some employee data, and we'll take certain considerations over here. So let's take the first scenario in which we want this value to be senior, this I2 column to be senior, if experience is more than equal to 3 years. Okay. So the formula over here that we use is the if. Okay. So like always, we start with an equal to, and after that we enter if and hit tab. Now if requires three parameters. Okay, let me. So what is the first parameter? The What are parameters? First of all, parameters are different inputs that you'll give to the formula so that it can do work according to how you want it. Okay, so what does if actually need? If asks you that what is the condition you want to check. In our case, its experience is greater than equal to 3 years. And then it'll ask you, okay, what if this is true? What do you want? Well, we want to call the particular person as a senior person. And then it'll ask you the third thing, what if this fails? What if the condition is false? Then we'll tell him that we want you to call it a junior person. Correct? So that's exactly what we have to input over here. The first thing that we have to input over here is if experience, that is G2, is greater than equal to 3. Comma separates different parameters. Okay, so I've entered a comma over here. Then I'll have to call this person a senior person. What if this condition is true? Then I have to enter it as a senior person. So this I enter it in double quotes because it's a text. The third parameter is the failure condition. What if it is false? So I have to call it a junior person, right? And if I hit enter, see this person is called a senior person because it's 5 years of experience. Technically, this person should be called a junior as well as this. Let's see if that is true. Right. So this is a junior person, this is also a junior person. Perfect. Formula is working. But what if there are multiple parameters? What if I want to call this person a senior only if the experience is greater than 3 and also the bonus is more than $100? So over here there are two conditions, right? So what I have to do is I have to change this logical operation. I have to change the condition over here. There have to be two conditions, both of which have to be true. In that case, we take advantage of the AND operator. So what the AND operator does is it checks all the conditions that are there within its brackets. And how can we define different conditions? By separating it with commas. For example, right now there is this one condition, G2 is greater than 3. I press comma and I also select this E2, that is the bonus, has to be greater than 100. Right, both of these have to be true. Now, if I hit enter, you can see that this has become junior. So let me just drag it. So this has become a junior person. So despite having 5 years of experience, its bonus is not greater than 100. It's equal to 100. Right? If I make this greater than equal to 100, then actually this will also become senior, as you can see. But anyways, so you understood how both the conditions have to be met in the case of AND. But what if I'm okay if any one of the condition is met? Let's say if the experience what I need is greater than equal to 5 years, or I'm also okay if the bonus is greater than equal to 100. Either one of the conditions has to be met. In that case, we have to use instead of and, we'll use or. Rest other things are same. You can use as many different parameters as you want. And let me hit enter now, and let me drag it down. So now what you can see is even though this person has 0 years of experience, because his bonus is greater than equal to 100, right? It's 200. So this person is being referred to as a senior person. So this is the benefit of and or operators over here. I hope this is very clear. With this, we're moving to the next formula. What if you want to define certain things based on different parameters? So, what if you want over here that based on whether the experience is zero or if it's less than equal to two or if it's greater than two, etc., you want to define different terms over here. All right. So, here we use an operator called the ifs operator. Ifs is plural, it's referring to multiple conditions. So, how this works is I enter over here ifs. All I need to do is I need to first give a condition, comma, then what happens if that condition is true? Again, comma, another condition, comma, what happens if the condition is true? Let me just show you quickly. So let me select here. If G2 is equal to 0, then we'll mark the person as inexperienced. However, if that is not met, it goes from left to right. If that is not met, then we look at the next condition. If G2 is less than equal to 3 years, then the person is comma, then the person is marked as junior. And the third thing is if G2 is greater than 3, then the person, sorry, I hit GS. So sorry. Then the person is marked as senior. So I'll just reiterate. If the first condition is true, that is G2 is equal to true, then the next value, inexperienced, will be the value of this cell. After that, it checks for the next condition. If G2 is less than equal to 3, then it will be marked as junior. If this condition also fails, then the third condition is checked, so on and so forth. There's no limit to this. Now, if it enter and if I drag this, technically this should be senior, which it is. This should be junior, this should be inexperienced. Let's see that is true. It is true. This is junior, this is inexperienced, just how we wanted. So, this is how you can use multiple conditions for a single cell. Okay, if all this is clear, I just want to highlight one more aspect of ifs, and it is quite interesting that you can use nested if also. For example, I want to check if this is equal to 5. If that is true, then instead of giving a value, I can also use the if command over here. It's called a nested if. So if this is true, and let's say if the department is equal to F2 is equal to sales, then mark it as a sales experienced person, right? Otherwise, mark it as an other experienced person. Now, why this is so tricky, I'll just explain it to you. When I close this bracket, this does not close the overall if. This just close this particular if clause. This particular if clause. That is, if F2 is equal to sales, then mark it as sales experience, otherwise other experience. But this entire condition is only being met if G2 is equal to 5. Otherwise, it will not even enter into this if condition. I hope you are understanding. If the first criteria is not met, then it will not even enter into the second parameter, which is the true parameter. It will simply go to the third parameter, which we marked as junior guy. Alright? Let's quickly hit me enter and you'll understand. So how did this flow? This goes this way that if G2 is equal to 5, which it is, then it enters into this if condition and then checks is F2 is equal to true. If F2 is equal to sales, then that is true. So it hits sales experience. Otherwise, it goes to other experience, and that's how it worked. Let me just drag it down, and also if you see over here, so all these are being marked as junior guy. Why? Because this condition is not being met. That is, the experience is greater than if the experience is equal to 5 years. None of these experiences are equal to 5 years, but this experience is equal to 5 years, right? This is so since it is equal to 5 years, now the condition moves to the true case. That is this particular one. That is if F7 is equal to sales, but F7 is not equal to sales. The department is IT department. So it doesn't enter into the true clause for this second if, it enters into the false clause. Okay, I want you guys, if you're not clear, to re-watch this. Okay, and if you have doubts, please ask the mentor in the class, because this is, I know it's sounding a bit difficult to explain over here, or difficult to understand also, but honestly, it's a very, very basic concept. Okay, All right, just hitting enter, and with that, we've completed all the different conditional operations that you will possibly need by default in your journey. However, at this point, we'll just take a pause and I want you guys to check out conditional formatting. Okay. And I want you to use these formulas once on your own in this as well as in conditional formatting. And if you're not clear, in the next session, of course, we'll explain this to you. Okay. See you there.